Everybody, I'm Latrina Patrick with Greater Vision Consulting. That's my firm that specializes in working with nonprofit organizations to help you build your capacity through training and development, grant coaching, grant writing, some consultations, and a host of other things. I encourage you to go over to my website to check out more of my services. That's www.greatervisionconsulting.com. Today, I want to talk to you about something that is very important to nonprofit organizations, and that is diversifying your funding streams. Now, there are some reasons that you need to do that, and I'm going to cover that today. First and foremost, you don't want to put all your eggs in one basket, and sometimes that can be the case. For most of us, we tend to do what works, and we continue to go back to those things that have worked for us in the past. Now, that's a good thing most times, but sometimes in this particular industry, that can be a detriment to your organization. And we don't want that to happen. So let me explain what I mean by that. If you have had a lot of success with, say, getting funds from a foundation, well, because you've had that type of success, you may want to go back to doing that over and over again. Well, remember I have shared in several lessons before, tutorials before, that funders are really trying to fund organizations for a short period of time. And that's typically going to be anywhere from 1 year up to 5 years, on average about 3 years if you're lucky. But they're not designed to continue to fund one organization over and over again. And sometimes nonprofit organizations can make the mistake of going back to the same funder over and over again, and you don't want to do that. And that's something that I've seen that larger nonprofits that I've worked with have had a tendency to do, and it ends up backfiring because it's never intended to do that, and funders can be frustrated with an organization that continues to come back to them as their sole provider of funding for their program. That's not what it's intended to do. So there are a couple of things I want to warn you about here. Again, make sure that you are looking at different streams of funding. So not just foundations, not just grants. You want to do some fundraising strategies or, programs that you can do to raise funds or different things like that. But you want to pay attention to the trends. And what I mean by that is there are statistics that are out right now that show you where the funding is primarily coming from. I read something the other day talking about statistics around nonprofit giving, and from 2012 to 2013, pretty much the $50+ billion that foundations gave to nonprofit organizations nationally, that represented about 16% of the actual overall giving. The majority of giving that was done to nonprofit organizations or funds that were given to nonprofit organizations came from individual donors. So you want to be mindful of the trends and what's going on, and you want to be able to adapt and adjust your strategy. So if you can do that, that really increases your likelihood of being sustainable and having your program around for the long term. So the main things I want you to get out of this tutorial today is, or just this tip, is that you want to have diversified funding. You want to be open and aware of what's going on around you, and you want to be able to adapt and shift your strategy in the event that you need to. So don't get stuck doing just what has always worked. You have to be open to change and to trying something different. So I hope that's helpful to you. If you have any questions or comments about anything I've shared today, please leave those for me here on my YouTube channel. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. And if you find the information helpful, I hope you'll share the link with people that you know who may also benefit from what I'm sharing. Also, I encourage you to go over to my website at www.greatervisionconsulting.com and check out more of my services as well as my bio so that you can see the experience that I bring to the table, and you can see if there's any way that you can possibly utilize my services, because I love the opportunity to work with you and your organization. That's it for today. I look forward to seeing you back here next time. Talk to you soon. Bye.